Hello, this is Durin, and I am going to try to explain how I do shipping on my main account. This is a RS10 account, about a 10 mil cap. Got 72 shipments and about 238K total. And you can see I haven't really done anything today. Yes, with Yellow Star, 62K from some research, and I haven't used any hydro. The basic part of this is I use 3 hubs, which are my 3 trade stations. They hold 80 shipments versus about 36 or 37 on my planets. So they make a lot better kind of distribution point, make sure my transports are full. And I have them in 3 groups. One is this upper portion here with the 2 starter sectors and this other planet. So that's 8 destinations total, 7 of them on lane. My second group is this area down here where I've got 4 planets on lane and 2 off. And then the other one is this one on the side, again with 4 planets on lane and 2 off. Before we start, the ones with hash codes are the offlane planets, and so I had moved the warp lanes to those at the end of my last shipping session, so I'm going to move them back, and I'll explain that later. But I deliver my offlane shipments also with drone because it provides me a lot bigger bonus. I guess Now for my mods right now, my drone is maxed at 15, so that's 700%. My shipment computer is at 14, so that's 850%. And then this at 110. So right now I'm getting 960% of my drone shipments. And my relay is only at 330. So you can see I'm nearly making 3 times as much using drone shipping over using relay. And now rather than connecting all the warp lanes at once, I connect them manually. And this allows me to have a little bit more control over where the drone goes. I do connect the trade stations up first. There are some large shipments which go back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and connect this top one too. I'm actually down 2 transports right now because they're holding arts. So we're going to see how we can sort using fewer transports. And now what I'm going to do here is basically take all my online shipments from these planets and move them to this trade station so I can work on sorting them. I'm going to remove the offline shipments, and I'm also going to remove Trade Station East, which is the name of this trade station. That way the drone will pick those trade station arts up and deliver them. It's not a big difference, but it's a little bit of optimization that will get you more income on those arts rather than having the transports deliver them with no bonus. I don't particularly worry about it. It's a bit faster if the drones do, or if the transports do it, if you just grab everything. Now this empty transport, I'm going to pick up all the offline shipments on this trade station and move them somewhere else temporarily. Right now I'm just going to load the transports with some extra arts just to make some space. Offload that, and I've got 2 more planets here to grab. Even though this is the X zone, I'm going to go ahead and load the X arts just because this station tends to have the most deliveries. It's got 7 on lane 7 on-lane destinations, so a lot more shipments get delivered here. And now basically I'm just sorting them by zones X, Y, and Z. And we'll pick up these and move them over. Quite a few shipments there. I'll pick up the ones here too. This is pretty much full. Z's and Y's. Y's are full. So I'll move this onto this other hub, and it will sit there for a while. Now I'm actually just going to unload these and just start a drone. That will help pull off some of these shipments so I can finish sorting a little bit easier. It's not going to necessarily be maxed for everyone it picks up, but it's going to be pretty close. And that's all I really need. You don't need to be perfect. Continue sorting the Y's and Z's as I offload. Oops, I think I picked up too many there. Maybe not. Okay. Looks like that drone died too. This has a few X's with it, doesn't it? Okay. To the Y's. Move the Z's over here. I'll go ahead and move that over too. Since I'm short on transports, I'm going to try and make sure I optimize everything I can. Generally, this is the next zone I do. I don't think it particularly matters whether you do one or the other. I'm basically going to do the same thing I did on the last one, which is take off the offline shipments and move them up to this other planet. So I've got more on-lane shipments on this destination. For this one, it's Trade Station 6, so I'm going to leave those destinations there. Now we loaded up the sea transport, which was a little bit empty. I'm going to go ahead and pull off all the X shipments. Again, because it's got the most destinations, this transport's going to end up fairly full, especially once I offload these. 39 out of 40, so that works. I'm going to move this back over here. Now I've got another empty transport, so I'll connect another warp lane and move that transport up to pick those up. Now, I can't fully offload this, so again, I'm going to offload what I can, start a drone, and that's going to, again, deliver all these shipments. I don't actually have many Z shipments on my hub over here yet, so it's not delivering them. I'm going to try and get a few more of these planets free before I do that. It's not really a big deal if you don't clear these planets out completely, or even if you run the drone with them connected. The drone will pick up, the closest planets initially and deliver them. But that's fine. The drone will cover for a lot of mistakes or inefficiencies as you continue to sort. So I got a bunch of Z here. Let's go ahead and finish that one up. Up Y here and X. Not quite full yet, so we'll keep that. Now I know this last planet down here is Zeta, so I'm actually removing it. So I've got a bunch of shipments here. And again, I'll just run the drone to start handling some of these. It'll allow me to free those transports up. Load these with Zeta so it doesn't run there immediately. And we'll pick up this planet. And now we'll offload Zeta too. I'm just going to throw another drone because it can always handle some of those over there too. It's going to be all the Y shipments, so we'll move it down to that hub. I think this will be all the X. Move that back over there. Perfect. We'll move this down here to help with these. Now, same thing, I'm going to connect one of the planets up and move the offlane shipments to the planet again. These smaller planets with 4 destinations, you could probably get away without doing this and still have your transports be full or mostly full. In this case, it's the South Trade Station, so I'll leave those on. South on that one. And load that. So go ahead and load the Ys again just to make sure it's full. Offload this and do the Zs. I want to do the X's. And again, X's always tend to have the most destinations, so it's a pretty good one to pull off early. Yeah, there's 40 already. So we'll be able to run another drone when it gets up there. Oh, what was that? I think that was already my Z's. Load them up again. Offload some Ys and 2 shipments there. We've already got quite a few. This is, I guess, Y Sigma, so we can probably load up some of those and to avoid shipping them right now. I'll do another transport up here. I'm going to start collecting the offline shipments now. Drones will tend to run back and forth between trade stations if one of them has a lot more shipments. One trick is to try and keep one station full at a time. That way they'll run between them less often. Let's start another drone run. Since X has so many destinations, sometimes you end up missing one. And these are going to be the last, at least out of this sorting. And now I'm going to start consolidating the offline planets. Notice this time I'm just picking up everything. I just found it's too much of a pain to try and leave individual transport arts on there. So these are a few I don't max out, although you certainly could if you wanted to. Hold these temporarily. And same idea, just continue sorting them. Oops, those are the offline. I messed up. A Z, X. We'll go ahead and make this one Y just to free up some space. That looks like a bit of a screw up. This is Y. Okay, let's go over and make this one X then. If you hit the wrong load button, you end up loading up all the wrong arts. So that one's ready. all our X's. Now what I'm actually going to do is start putting the offline shipments on here too. This isn't really a requirement. We'll do this in the next phase, but sometimes this reduces a transport I need at the very end. At this point, we're going to start wanting to complete all the online shipments because we want to change the warp lanes, and we want to make sure all those have been delivered already. So we're probably going to need some more transports. Or some more drones. Alright. I think that's all of them. Now we're going to go collect the offline shipments that I left behind. This is probably the least efficient part of the whole process, but I find trying to deal with them earlier just isn't fun. It's just too much to kind of sort and categorize and organize with the drones and planet capacity. And I'm just running through all the different ones. We'll bring these all down to a single planet. Looks like I might need one more drone to come back up there. Didn't have quite enough capacity to pick all those up. Check around. Looks like I picked up everything. Alright. Now I've still got some online shipments here, so we want to work on getting rid of those. Generally, I'm going to take this top starter planet and move it over here. For these, this planet's already empty, which is good, but I do want to empty out this one if I can to move the warp lane over. But now we're going to start working on these offline shipments. That's one full load for the Z. Oops. Just want the X's on there. Alright, it's full for X. A lot of shipments to that this time. And just enough space for that one over there. Still got some shipments to handle, so I'm just going to start a drone here. It'll grab one of them. Damn, that is a lot. So what we end up doing is we disconnect this warp line and move it over to this destination. And I'm going to wait for this drone to finish, actually, or at least get a little bit further. And now it's handling some of the larger trade shipments. Okay. Double check how we're doing here. So this one I can disconnect. I'm going to move. I'm not going to reconnect it yet, otherwise this transport's going to start jumping between this trade station and this far one over here. So I'd like to finish up all these shipments if possible. I think it's going to get 5 runs in. Let's see if it has any hydro after this. Yeah, if it does, that's good, because it'll pick up one more delivery. Over here, too, we're missing. I want to move this and this planet, so it's not in the greatest situation. And it's handling trade stations again. Okay, that's all right, that's all right. We'll go and connect this. And now this delivery's been done, so I can disconnect this and move it too. That means I'm going to need another drone to finish this one up. We can unload more shipments. It's actually going to be empty. Okay, I don't think it had any shipments there. Now, normally I'm not stuck with these planets being here till the very end, but that's all right. You know, having shipments till the very end. Okay, that one's done. Now I can move that warp line over. I would like it to deliver this last one here. Perfect. So now I can do these 2 last offline shipments. I need another drone. Probably 2. Yeah, definitely 2. The break-even point for me is about 13 shipments with an RS10 relay. So if I can deliver 13 shipments with the drone, it's going to cost me less hydro, 13 shipments or more. It's going to cost me less hydro than delivering them with relay 10. However, I do make a lot more money with it too, so occasionally I'll even deliver if it's a few less. Looks like I've got a few shipments left it can't deliver. And yeah, the drones are done. So I got 5 shipments left. I have made nearly 2.6 million. And switch to Yellow Star. 64 million or 64,000 hydro for 2.6 million credits. So that's basically how I manage it. Split it into sections, deliver, kind of manage and sort and organize a small section at a time. And especially as your drone gets higher, use the drone to do some deliveries and free up space to make the rest of the shipping easier. I think this system would work for RS9 and RS10 until your shipments get too high to really organize easily with your transports. But you can probably make adjustments to make this work in a variety of setups. Thank you. Hope this helps.